Hello, welcome to Maggie's Magical Moon Ceremonies. We are on the banks of the Rogue River here to celebrate this really dynamic, very complex, and up-leveling full moon that we have at 16 degrees of Gemini. The energies of this full moon peak on December 7th at 2022 at 8:08 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So adjust for your neck of the woods. This is really a massive full moon. It carries such big energy, such dynamic energy, such energy of a shift in patterning, a shift in mental, emotional, and belief system patterning. So if you've watched my videos before, I'll just briefly give you my assessment on the moons. With every full moon and every new moon, I really believe that it is this template in consciousness that's being offered to humanity, this up-leveling in human consciousness and the collective consciousness, this ability to up-level at a really high rate. We have so many energies coming into our planet right now that are here to support us in our ascension more into these frequencies of love, to expand more into the love that we are in our core, in our being, because I believe deeply that we are all love, we are all divine, we are all, elements of source experiencing itself here on Mother Earth. And Mother Earth called us here, all of us, every single one of us, you, me, everyone around you, the people you have problems with, the people that you love, every single person, I believe, was called here by Mother Earth right now to help with the ascension of the planet, the ascension of collective consciousness in general. And so I believe that every single full moon and new moon carries this new template of consciousness that allows us to access new energies, new ways of being that are supportive of this up-leveling process, this ascension process, this healing process, this expansion into love, into harmony, into grace, into frequencies of heaven on earth, where we're living from our hearts and serving from our hearts and serving love, serving the divine with every single breath, with every single thought, and every single now moment. So I believe that we're all at different stages too of this up-leveling process, and some of us are really far along in certain ways, and we're really still learning a lot in other ways, and there's no comparison, and it just is what it is. And we all have blind spots, and we all have ways that we shine in this stuff. So take these moon ceremonies and these assessments of the moons how you will. I read the energy the only way I know how, which is from an ascended level. I can see the energy when it's expressed in its most elevated, high vibration expression. So all of the different planets, alignments, angles, houses, signs, they all have like a lower expression, what we would consider to be lower. There is no right or wrong, but more of a shadow expression, and then an elevated, more of a ascended expression. And none of it's right or wrong. I tend to read from the ascended, elevated aspect of these energies. That's where I have been guided by Source to put my energy and my focus. And so I may differ from other astrologers in that way. I see where we can continue to grow and up level with these energies. So this full moon specifically is very faded. It's really a stamp in time that is really important for humanity. We have Mars conjunct the full moon, both at 16 degrees of Gemini, opposite the sun at 16 degrees of Sagittarius. Mars is the planet that rules, our ego. Mars in its lower expression can be aggressive, combative. In its higher expression, it can be assertive, it can be empowering. It's empowering us to really live from our heart and be in alignment with ourselves. Gemini is the sign of duality. So anytime there's Gemini energy, we have the duality of consciousness, of life. We have the light, the dark. We have good, bad, we have shadow, we have light, we have, we have love, we have fear, um, we have harmony and disharmony. We have the duality, the dual nature of the human 3D existence is always expressed when we have Gemini in play. And Mercury is the ruler of Gemini. Mercury is the planet of communication. It's the planet of our thinking, our thoughts, our verbal communication, how we write. It's the planet that rules like our friends circle, our neighborhood. We have Mars moving backwards in Gemini and has been for quite some time, will be for about another month-ish or so, and then it'll turn around and move back forward in Gemini. It started retrograde at 25 degrees of Gemini, and it will retrograde all the way back to 8. So we're right about the middle of the retrograde cycle here with this full moon. And I love how Source Consciousness has this magical interplay that Mars would be exactly conjunct this full moon. And it's really, to me, it's this pinnacle point in us reviewing, with Mars moving backwards through Gemini. Mars is having us review how our ego, Mars, has affected our thinking, has affected the way that we communicate, how we've used our thoughts to create and act and form life around us that may not be in harmony with our higher self. Duality consciousness, our higher self, our lower self. And we're moving as a species into being more in alignment with our higher self, with our soul, right? So I see this as this interplay between ego consciousness and soul consciousness. 16 is a degree of spirit, like I was saying, of source energy. And anytime we have 16, or a net 7, it's a karmic cycle. It's something humanity karmically has come to this point in time, and Source is offering us the consciousness, the ability to move out, to actively use our mind with Mars there, to move out and release thought patterns of communication, patterns of networking that are out of alignment with our higher self. We are being offered the ability to align with our higher self and to love our ego, but to know that the difference between our ego speaking to us and our higher self speaking to us. Set 16 has the energy of 1, love. 1 is love. 6 is divine feminine energies, receiving energies, and that's a net 7. So when we're in love and we're in our divine feminine receiving energies, we're completely connected to Holy Source. And so there's this energy of really aligning our thoughts, our thinking and mental communication patterning with the love that we are, with the divine being that we are inside of ourselves, and using our action energy to do that. So becoming actively conscious of how we think, becoming actively conscious of that patterning. And it's not just our thinking patterning, but it's our emotional patterning, and how our thinking and our continuous ways of thinking, whether it be worry or anxiety or those, the little hamster wheel that some of us get on when we get on a thought or an idea or a fear, and we let that hamster wheel of thinking really take us in a wrong direction. We have the ability to be actively conscious of that right now and say, you know what? I choose something differently. I know that's a fear. I don't want to see that fear be recreated in my everyday life, and I'm going to choose now to stop that pattern. I love you, and I understand why you have that patterning. You come from a life, we've all come from lifetimes of trauma. This human experience was not meant to be quote unquote easy up until this point in time. We've all worked through a lot of karma, And we're moving into a cycle of Dharma. That's what's being offered with this new consciousness that's coming in. And many are already there. There's plenty of people living their Dharma. And there's a lot that are really on the path to their Dharma. And there's a lot that are coming into their Dharma right now. And so I really feel like this moon cycle is really about this template of consciousness that's aligning us with our Dharma, with our higher self, and aligning those really important states of consciousness. Our mental consciousness, our emotional consciousness, and our belief system consciousness. And it's about aligning these. The belief system consciousness comes from Sagittarius, right? Sagittarius, the sun is at 16 degrees of Sagittarius. How has our, this is opposite the moon and Mars in Gemini. How have our thoughts and our mental patterning created emotional patterning, the moon, and belief system patterning that has caused us to create a life that's out of harmony with the divine that is us, what we're here to express, how we're here to live. We are all here. We all have the ability to create the life that we want to live our everyday life like our heart desires. We're all here to serve love and to serve in a really high way. And we all have a dream inside of us that wants to be born and expressed. And it could be something that you consider simple, and it could be very complex and very expansive and very big, but there's no right or wrong. But you're here to live in alignment with the frequencies of your heart, and you're here to choose mental patterning because it's the one thing that we can control. We can't control our emotions, and we're not here to. We have to love our emotions. We have to be with them, and we have to accept them. We're not here to stuff them down. We're not here to change them. We're here to be with them. Our emotions are messengers. So if we have a lot of difficult emotions, what are we thinking? How are our thoughts creating this emotional field and this emotional patterning that works against us? And the thoughts are the one thing that we can be conscious of and we can change in the moment, right? We can change. When I go down a path of fear, of worry, of stress, when I am conscious, when I'm grounded, when I'm in alignment in my being, and I'm totally integrated as myself in my heart center, and I see, all of a sudden I see a thought come up. And if I continue with that thought, and it's a thought that isn't in alignment with what my heart wants to see, if it's a thought that's usually in alignment with fear, I have the ability in that moment to stop that thought, to say, I love you, I understand why you're having that thought, why you're having that fear, I have compassion for you. It's my little girl self, and I've had trauma in this life, and I've had trauma in prior lifetimes, and it's important for us to have compassion for our patterning, but we also have the power. We are empowered with Mars moving backwards over this moon to choose differently, to act differently in our thinking field, in our thoughts and our beliefs. It's really beautiful energy. There's a lot of interplay with the divine masculine, divine feminine in this full moon and in our partnerships. We have Juno at 15 degrees of Pisces, and so Juno is the asteroid of partnership, of marriage, a deep committed relationship, right? And in Pisces, it's asking us to be in that highly idealized, that heaven on earth relationship and partnership. Many of us, that's what we're thinking of, whether we're in partnership or we're wanting to draw in that divine soulmate partner. We want a higher ideal of love. We don't want to play in the lower realms of love anymore. We want the whole package. We want deep connection and intimacy. We want to connect to divine source, to spirit, to God, through our relationship with our partner, through love. And we're up leveling as a species into these new soulmate partnerships that are really beautiful and really in alignment. And we're in a transitory phase, right? So Juno's in a square to the moon and the sun at this full moon, and Mars. And these energies are calling for us to expand our belief systems, expand our emotional patterning, expand our thinking, expand out of that ego consciousness into our higher self consciousness, so that we can help to create these partnerships, these relationships, that are these marriages that are really in alignment with these heaven on earth frequencies that we're all here to create, right? And this energy can be hard and combative. I want to be really honest with Mars square it. Like, you could be wanting to communicate things that are difficult and are hard. And some people who are more triggered right now, who are having a harder time grounding these energies, may say or do things that are out of harmony with their hearts. There could be some aggression, some impatience with our thoughts and our words and our writings and our communication. So I just caution everyone right now, especially in your relationships and partnerships, but in all aspects of your life, really think before you speak right now. Really drop into your heart, think, feel what's happening before you communicate. Try to nurture and nourish yourself at the highest levels before you communicate anything that could be difficult. Because these energies, they do invite, in their lower expression, they invite argumentative behavior, to be really honest, and heightened, triggered type of energy. So just be really gentle with yourself and really gentle with your partners and your lovers right now, and everyone. We really have an ability to up-level our relationships right now and to be in harmony. And it really is just about, as much as we can in every now moment, dropping into our heart and feeling what's happening, watching our thoughts, and allowing ourselves to just be. There's a lot of energy of just being. We have the sun and the moon and Mars are square Neptune. It's a 6-degree orb. So they're really receiving from Neptune. Neptune just turned forward as well. It's now out of retrograde and it's moving forward. And so it's allowing us to really be with these energies of heaven on earth frequencies, right? Neptune can cause illusion, delusion, and fogginess, like lack of clarity. There has been a lack of clarity in the energy, and it really has to do with this Neptune square Mars energy that we've been feeling. It's been unclear. A lot of us don't know where we're going, and we can't see the future out ahead of us. And it makes people really uncomfortable. As a species, we really don't know where we're going right now. There's a lot of unknowns. There's so much expansiveness happening. There's so much healing happening. And the world around us is not yet reflecting, in most people's lives, in some, but in the global world, we're not seeing the reflection of the peace and the harmony coming back to us yet. It's coming. We are going to get there, but it's just not there yet. And so it's confusing. And there has been this lack of clarity. 22 is the highest degree of ascension. It is, it's quantum up-leveling. It's portals opening. And so with Neptune moving forward, this is really, really beautiful energy to help align us to these higher frequencies and help us to receive them. It's in a square to Venus as well, so it's asking for us to open up at higher and deeper levels than we ever have. Venus is on the galactic center, receiving downloads from cosmic consciousness. We are all wide open right now with Venus at 27 degrees of Sagittarius. We literally are like a funnel. There's a funnel of light coming down to all of us with codes, downloads, keys, everything that we ever need to expand our consciousness. So as much as you can drop into your receiving energy right now, I'll talk about this in a moment, because there's so much energy around the divine feminine consciousness and really dropping into our receiving energy to download all of these incredible frequencies that are available to us right now, that are streaming in at such a high rate on the planet. And I think most of you can probably feel it. There is a level of up-leveling happening that is beyond what we've felt before. And many of us feel very different in our physical bodies and our emotional bodies and our mental bodies than we've ever felt. And we're vibrating differently because of it. So, where was I? So Neptune squaring Mars and the Moon and the Sun. This is really asking for us to drop these old mental patternings, these old emotional patterns, these old belief system patternings, so that we can expand into this new spiritual story, this elevated timeline, this timeline that's in alignment with our hearts and in alignment with the creation of heaven on earth, in alignment with our Dharma, with living our Dharma in every now moment, living as the love that we are from deep within ourselves. So really beautiful, supportive energy. Venus is also in a square to Jupiter. Jupiter is at 29 degrees of Pisces. Jupiter is the last degree of the zodiac cycle. It's the God degree. Jupiter is literally expanding us into our divine self at such an amazing, an amazing level with the energy of this full moon. We are really expanding our spiritual story here on earth. Our dharmic story, our soul's mission at such a high level. Jupiter is really opening us to this. And with Venus square, we have Venus and Mercury square Jupiter. And it's asking, Mercury's at 1 degree of Aquarius. Jupiter's asking Mercury, our mental field, to expand our mental field, expand the way that we think about love at 1 degree, the way that we align with love to emit the frequency Aquarius that is in alignment with source consciousness. So it's like this beautiful, idealistic, we're able to download this new timeline, these new stories. Sagittarius is stories too. Like, we've been telling ourselves the same story and creating the same life over and over and over again throughout so many incarnations. And we're telling the story based on the reality that we see out there. And this energy is saying, you know what? It's time for a new story. It's time for a new timeline. It's time for a new spiritual story for humanity, for you, for me, for everyone. We do not have to play in victim consciousness. We do not have to play in aggressive energies and war consciousness and all of these things that go to create disharmony in this world. We don't have to play in that story. We don't have to tell that story any longer. Venus and Mercury and Jupiter here are really saying it's time to open up to the new timelines, the new story, the new elevated cycle that we're moving into as a species. And it is idealized, and that's okay. Heaven on earth is an idealized version of reality consciousness, but we can live that. We have that ability. It's not delusional and it's not illusional. It is possible. We have that capability. We are divine creators. Every single one of us is a divine creator of consciousness, and we have the ability to align ourselves to these new timelines and these new stories that are in alignment with our hearts and in alignment with love. And these energies are really allowing for this expansion into that. We have to open up to receive more. We have to align with our divine feminine energies to receive these new frequencies of consciousness that are available for us, and then create them, and then align with them and emit them from our being and from our hearts with our thoughts. Mercury at 1 degree of Aquarius, right? Aquarius is vibration. And how we truly shift reality is through vibration. And it's our thoughts, our beliefs, and our emotional patterning that creates the vibration. So there's all this like beautiful dynamic interplay with all of those consciousness. And with full moons are ending, so we're ending patterns of thinking. That is the only way that we control the vibration. The only way that we're empowered to affect our vibrational consciousness. The sun's really coming in bright. I hope you can still see me okay. I love that when this happens in my ceremony. So it's so beautiful. What else do we have? We have Chiron is in a trine to the sun, and a sextile to the moon and Mars with this energy. So there's a lot of healing energy. The divine healer, the divine masculine healer is really helping to heal these emotional thought and belief system patternings with this. I hope I'm like trying to adjust so that you can see me better. Oh well, I'll just be shiny for this video. We also have Charlotte, which is the divine feminine healer, and she's at 5 degrees of Aquarius. So again, 5 is the degree of the mental field, it's the degree of Mercury. Aquarius is vibration. So Charlotte is really helping to heal our thinking about ourselves and the frequency that we are, and helping us to up level. So there's all this healing energy that's at interplay with this full moon too. So it's really beautiful. We have Pallas, Athena, and Black Moon Lilith conjunct at 26 degrees of Cancer, opposite Pluto at 26 degrees of Capricorn. So Pluto's been going through Capricorn, helping to break down and transform old structures in reality consciousness that work against us. Pallas is like the divine feminine warrior, wisdom goddess, and she's this creative feminine power that holds kind of an energy of a balanced masculine and feminine. She's a divine feminine goddess, but she has true action energy, and her action's more strategic. It's more, she plans, she's more detailed. She's Mars's sister. She's not combative or warring, but she's strategic, and that's how she works with these energies. But she really holds this balanced feminine and masculine. She's a virgin goddess. And Black Moon Lilith, I've spoke to Black Moon Lilith before, but Black Moon Lilith in her lower expression is our fears, our deepest fears. And it's the fear of the feminine, the fear of the shadow, of the unseen, what we can't see, right? Black Moon Lilith in her ascended aspect, she is a completely whole ascended being. She was kicked out of the Garden of Eden by Adam because she wouldn't submit to him, and that's where the fear comes from. She won't submit to anything outside of herself. She won't submit to the patriarchy. She won't submit to what she's supposed to do. She is whole, she's balanced, and she's neutral. She is an aspect of the whole healed divine masculine, divine feminine in their ascended aspect of being, right? And so conjunct Pallas, it's this real like up leveling of the feminine. Like Pallas is helping to heal and nourish and nurture in Cancer this energy of fear that we've had, and these energies opposite Pluto are really asking us to balance and transform our idea of the feminine. You know, we're here to receive, right? As divine feminines, we all have an aspect of divine feminine consciousness, and we all have an aspect of divine masculine. And really, the most integrated, whole, balanced people have that. They've loved each part of their divine masculine and their divine feminine. They're not polarized. They're respecting and loving and acting from a place of divine right action and receiving at the same time. And there's this beautiful interplay between those. And this energy is really about transforming in reality consciousness, in structural reality consciousness here, our idea of the divine feminine, the divine mother, and where that fear comes from in collective consciousness, that fear of the feminine, that innate fear of the Black Moon Lilith energy, of the divine feminine who says, no, I'm not going to submit. And that's the divine feminine in all of us, not just in the feminine. And then we have Ceres conjunct the asteroid Osiris at 26 degrees of Virgo. So these are all supportive angles, or balancing angles. Oppositions are kind of balancing. But, you know, Ceres and Osiris is an aspect of the divine masculine. Osiris is kind of a Pluto energy. It's a transformative divine masculine. Osiris is the god of the underworld. In Egyptian myth, and his partner Isis, you know, they're a twin flame consciousness. They're a unity consciousness together, right? And so Osiris represents that divine masculine energy, and conjunct Sirius. Sirius is the divine nurture. It's how we nourish and nurture ourselves and each other. So there's this beautiful nourishment that's being offered to the energy of the divine masculine within each of us. And it's intertwined to Pluto. we're really transforming at a deep level our divine feminine and our divine masculine consciousness. That's how I feel this. And we're nourishing and nurturing those aspects of our consciousness. Those aspects of our consciousness that want to run forward and act and create and force the reality that we want. And that aspect of ourself that just wants to sit back and receive and have everything come to us. That feminine, that you know, that wants to be soft and doesn't want to have to act, doesn't just wants to be in love and be in receiving. And there's a true balancing and nourishing and nourishment and up-leveling and transformation of all of these consciousnesses in ourselves. And then we're grounding that here in physical reality in Virgo and Capricorn. So it's really dynamic and it's incredible. Ceres is in a square to Venus with this energy as well, and opposite Jupiter and Neptune. So it's like, it's all of these energies are interplaying very beautifully in a very complex fashion. And what they're doing is they're helping to expand our consciousness, heal the divine feminine, the divine masculine, nurture and nourish that aspect of ourselves, open up to new mental and emotional and belief system patterning that's in alignment with the reality consciousness that we're here to create. The reality consciousness here that is in alignment with heaven on earth, that's in alignment with our hearts, that's in alignment with the love that we are, with how we're here to serve as the love that we are, and how we're here to expand into that. And it's incredibly beautiful, and it's directly affecting our relationships, and it's directly affecting our daily life that we see around us. And we just have to be patient with ourselves. Things might continue to lack a little bit of clarity. With Neptune moving forward, it's going to help, but Mars is still going backwards and will continue to square Neptune again here. It's moving away from the square, but it'll come back. Mars will come back to square Neptune. So we're really being pushed to the edges of our consciousness to expand into a deeper, greater, more beautiful alignment with the love that we are. We also have Isis, who's Osiris's partner, at 13 degrees of Virgo, and you know, Isis is in a trine to the North Node. So this is really, she's in a sextile to the South Node, and how I read this part of the energy is this, again, she's an aspect of the divine feminine, and she really is like the divine feminine cosmic consciousness mother, right? Like she is the cosmic consciousness divine feminine, and she's so powerful. And in a trine to the North Node, it's this alignment that the North Node is our collective destiny. It's where we're moving towards a more aligned, balanced, divine feminine reality consciousness. We've been in a masculine reality consciousness for thousands of years now. I don't know how long, but it's been a long time that we've been in this system of patriarchy that got unbalanced and became toxic because it was unbalanced. And now we're shifting that frequency to more of the divine feminine frequency that's in more of an alignment with our hearts. And Isis here is supporting that with the collective destiny of the North Node moving towards this up-leveling. 13 is a degree of belonging. So we belong with this divine feminine energy. The collective consciousness belongs with it. And we belong with it here on Mother Earth in Taurus, the North Node being in Taurus. We still have Uranus conjunct the North Node. Uranus is at 15 degrees. And it's about 15 is the degree of receiving. It's a net 6. So it's about receiving those frequencies, Uranus, that are in alignment with love and alignment with heaven on earth, and grounding them here in physical, tangible, earthly reality, Taurus. And this is conjunct to the North Node, so it's about ascending the collective consciousness so that we're more in alignment with heaven on earth, with love, with collective grace, ease, harmony, and peace. And with this sextile to the South Node, this divine feminine energy is helping us to release ways of belonging, frequencies that no longer serve that story, that no longer serve this up-leveling of collective human consciousness. It's incredibly beautiful. Yeah, we're gonna start telling a new story. This new moon is allowing us to reformulate and rewrite the story of our lives, the story of of the collective, the story of cosmic consciousness, the story of what it is to be human, what it is to be present on Mother Earth. And it's time to start telling and believing in the story that's in alignment with our hearts and is in alignment with the love that we are. I'm so grateful to be alive with all of you right here, right now, doing this with you. I'm so grateful, so truly grateful. So as with every full moon and new moon ceremony I do, I'll drop into a little ceremony with the angels to help expand into this love beautifully, deeply. I think I spoke of everything that I want to. There's so much energy here. It's really beautiful, and I'm really grateful. So very complex moon. Holy source of all that is, Mother Goddess, Father God, Holy Inner Child, beautiful angels of the Christ-like consciousness, beautiful guardian angels of Mother Earth, Archangel Michael of the South, of the sacred fire, Archangel Uriel of the North, of the beautiful Earth, Archangel Gabriel of the West, of the sweet magical waters, and Archangel Raphael of the East, of the holy air. Beautiful guardian archangels of Mother Earth, I thank you and I love you. Beautiful benefic beings of this Mother Earth, all of her animal spirits, her plant spirits, this beautiful river, her river spirits. All of these beautiful benefic beings present on Mother Earth, the magical beings, the cosmic beings, the earthly beings, known and unknown. The ancestor spirits of this land and of our own. The ascended masters, the gods and goddesses throughout time, all of the planets, the angles, the sun, the beautiful moon, all of the aspects they make to one another, the asteroids, all of these ascended energies, all of these beautiful benefic energies that are here present on Mother Earth, helping us to ascend in our consciousness, helping us to elevate more and expand more into the love that we are, helping us to receive these incredible frequencies, these high frequencies that are pouring into this planet right now. Thank you for surrounding us in love, surrounding us in beauty and grace and protection and peace and harmony, helping us to ground these beautiful energies deep into the core of all the aspects of Mother Earth, and helping us to ascend into the love that we are. Express and live, create, act, think, speak, move, breathe from the love that we are in every now moment. I thank you for being with us today in sacred ceremony. I thank you for loving us and guiding us in every now moment. I now call upon the guardian archangels of Mother Earth, Archangel Uriel, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Michael, and Archangel Gabriel. I ask you, beautiful, benefic, amazing, wonderful, lovely guardian archangels of Mother Earth, I ask that you come now and that you join your incredible angelic energies with all of our own. And together we ground these beautiful angelic energies, these beautiful high frequencies of love and light and joy and harmony and peace and grace and heaven on earth. We ground all of this energy deep into the core of Mother Earth. And through your direction and your guidance and your love and peace and the mystery and mystical, beautiful power that you have, I ask that you guide us all as we raise our frequencies so high between the earthly realms and the angelic realms. We raise our frequencies so high, so high. We raise these beautiful frequencies that we open up a portal, a beautiful portal of love and light and harmony and grace, where all of these frequencies pour in at a higher rate, a more expansive rate, a more abundant rate, so we are able to access them easier with more grace, with more love, with more flow, so that these frequencies flow into every aspect of our life, every aspect of our being, every cell of every human body, every heart in every human, every brain in every human, causing instant heart-brain coherence for every human, helping us to expand out into these frequencies of love, these frequencies of joy, these frequencies of heaven on earth, pouring into the human collective consciousness, pouring into the human field, into the bioelectric field of every human, clearing out any energy that's out of alignment into the spine of every single human, this light flowing in, pouring in, elevating collective human consciousness, elevating the individual human consciousness, every single human that has ever lived, past, present, and future, in every timeline, in every lifetime, expanding us exponentially in all states of our consciousness into love, into grace, into harmony, into peace. May we know that we are unity consciousness, that we are divine and we are all connected, we are all one. May we know that the way forward is through love. The way forward is through grace and peace and harmony in every now moment. Pour these frequencies into the human mental field now and help to calm this human mental field that exists on the plane. Help us to access these higher elevated frequencies with ease and grace and move and act and create from this higher expanded consciousness in every now moment. Help us all to choose to release old programming, old mental, emotional, and belief system programming, frequency programming, energetic programming, physical programming that works against us, that has blocked us from creating our heaven on earth. Help us to release anything that's in the way of us creating our heaven on earth in every now moment. May every single human have access to this consciousness easily and gracefully. May they see it. May the veil be pulled back with this beautiful portal of light that's flowing in. May we all be open. May we receive at a high level. May we balance and heal the divine feminine and divine masculine that is within each of us. May we love and nurture our inner child and expand into the integrated higher self, higher soul that we are. May we be on our highest timeline, our most elevated timeline that's in accordance with our soul's deepest wishes and desires, our heart and soul's deepest wishes and desires for this lifetime, for Mother Earth and for everyone. May we expand at a great degree into the love that we are. May we all start living in frequencies of heaven on earth and start creating the frequencies of our heart's heaven on earth. And may we live in grace and love and harmony in every now moment. May these frequencies pour into Mother Earth herself, into every aspect of every being of Mother Earth, in every timeline, every lifetime, every quantum reality. May Mother Earth be full, be overfull with the cosmic frequencies of love, of heaven on earth. May she be healed and whole. May she expand into the love that she is. May she be radiating love frequencies in every moment. May she be in peace and harmony. May these frequencies of heaven on earth flow into all of her sacred elements, the water, the earth, the air, the fire, flow into every sacred direction. May it flow into every aspect of being here on Mother Earth. May these frequencies flow into the cosmic consciousness from Earth and far beyond, into all of reality consciousness that exists in every timeline, in every lifetime, in every quantum reality. May the frequency of love spill out and expand into all of reality, into all of creation. May all of creation be healed, whole, and healthy now, in alignment with divinity, in alignment with love. May we all express and live this divinity in every now moment and feel it deeply in our being. Thank you, Holy Source of all that is. Thank you, Mother Earth. Thank you, beautiful angels of the Christ-like consciousness, beautiful benefic beings of Mother Earth, all of these beautiful, beautiful energies here on this planet now, helping humans to ascend and Mother Earth to ascend. We thank you, we love you, and we're so grateful to be present here, alive, expanding into love now, for the highest good of all, and so it is. Blessed be. Thank you, 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 thank you. So good, so yummy, so beautiful. Thank you so much, beautiful beings. Thank you. Thank you for coming to Mother Earth now. Thank you for being the love that you are. Thank you for being courageous and willing to come to this Earth School. We all had to be star students to come here. This is not a journey for the weak of heart, and you are strong of heart. And if you're struggling right now, remember, you are like being repatterned at the deepest, most expansive levels of your being. And it's not meant to be comfortable, but it's okay. and you've got this, and we've got this, and we're in it together. I'm grateful for all of you, and I love you all so much. So many beautiful blessings your way. Hold yourself sweetly.